Yes, well, it's actually very simple. It's really what we do with the joint venture program, whereby I'll tell you the key points. If you're going to wholesale it, it's not based on price like residential. Residential properties are selling at 400,000 in that area. You found something at 300,000 because the seller wants to sell it as is, then they want to move on and there is some rehab. So you figure the rehab will be 20,000. So it'll be 320. They can still sell it at 400. You build yourself an extra 10,000. So you want to do a wholesaling at 330, right? So the person coming in will say, 330, I still have to put 20,000 in or 30,000. Then you say, okay, I'll go down to 310. And now that person you're assigning it to, you're wholesaling it to, will take that 310, they will spend the 20,000, 25,000, and they'll make 50, 60, maybe 100,000. That's all based on comparable sales and prices. But when it comes to commercial, really the only way I know how to wholesale a commercial is you get a property under contract, you add value to it. What's the value going to be? Well, if you're going to do a wholesale fast, the best way is to line up a bigger tenant, a substitute tenant, or if it's vacant, you put it under contract because it's low value, because there's no income, which should be a commercial property, is an income producing property, there's no income. You put it under contract. You line up a tenant like we do in commercial, and then you sell it. So what do you put in the contract? You're going to give yourself 45 to 90 days, depends on the property, for due diligence. And then the other thing is an additional, let's say 15 days to close. So you're not spending the money in advance on inspections and all this. You're spending your money on how can I increase the value. And once the value is increased, you can actually then assign it. You can then find interested buyers. You can even get hard money lenders. You can go to the seller and partner with them. You can do a lease and sublease. There's so much. I train so many ways now in the joint venture program that all the alternatives way to make money with real estate in commercial is a whole course by itself that we actually include all in the training. So the contract has to give you that 45 to 15 additional days minimum to actually be able to do the transaction. Number two, you have to show proof of funds. If you don't have proof of funds, maybe team up with somebody that has proof of funds. Okay, why? Because it's not based on pre-qualification or pre-approval, because it's not you who approves, the property approves with the lender. So you gotta be able to have the broker listing the property approves you to get it under contract. Otherwise you're wasting their time and their client's time who listed the property with them. So once you line up that actually proof of fund partner with you, if let's say you have the proof of fund, so now you're showing them, look, I can get this as down payment and I can get a loan based on this and that. Now, the third thing is in your contract, you're gonna say, I need those days for due diligence. Here is my proof of fund. Here is my earnest money deposit, which is refundable during your due diligence period. And then number four, I need access to the property. And the other things you have to have is a list of cash buyers who are interested in commercial properties and a list of what you're going to do with it. Like if it's a single tenant building, we have a list of national tenants. If it's going to be an apartment building, you need to start advertising and maybe having some videos of a couple of the units vacant to see what kind of response you're going to get. You need to understand the comparable rents. You need to understand what's happening with neighboring tenants, neighboring buildings. Is the market going down or up? All these things are not going to be in the contract, but they're part of the due diligence you do. But specifically your question is, what should I put in the contract? Earnest money deposit, how much the price, you write the contract, your name and or assignee, so you can assign it. You're going to actually have access to the property, and most contracts are assignable anyway, and if they don't accept your name and or assignee, in many parts of the country, like in Illinois and Georgia, paragraph 19 actually in Georgia has, this could be assigned to another party with the same terms and conditions, which is perfectly fine. So you have to have that. You don't want them to put, this cannot be assigned to any other entities. In commercial real estate, 99% of the deeds you can assign them, because people put the deeds under their name, then assign them to an LLC or to a new fund or to a syndication, etc. So hopefully that answers your question, and good luck to you with the adding value to create that excitement for the property. It is very seldom that you will get a property in commercial real estate below comparable sales per square foot and be able to assign it to somebody else because there is some room to make money, because the investors in commercial real estate are looking at the cash flow and the value add, and they don't want to buy a problem. And that's hopefully that you benefit from that.